You guys, it finally happened. Today was the day. He finally took the stand. Russell Lucius Laffittee walked up on the stand and told his tale. And immediately, I was mesmerized. Now, it was not on TV, but Drew Tripp was live tweeting it, and I was there for every moment. I'm like, refresh, 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 all day long. So much happened. I went out last night, and I stayed out too late, and so I don't have much of a voice today, but let me break it all down and tell you what happened. Okay, facts that we did not know. Number one, we knew that like the Murdaughs and the Laffittees grew up side by side. What we didn't know was that Alec Murdaugh's dad is one of the Laffitte kids' godchildren, and Charlie Laffitte, who is Russell's dad, is one of the Murdaugh boys' godfather. Like, they're that kind of tight. So we had not realized the close ties between these two families. So, wow. Meanwhile, Russell was like, I didn't really know Alex that well. I mean, he was my neighbor and I grew up with him and we committed crime together, but I didn't really know him like that. And then he got up and told the same sad tale that he told on those janky behind videos that him and his cousin recorded. Like, I thought I was going to be a farmer. I didn't know I would work in my family's bank, the bank that we've had for generations that made us gazillionaires in this county where nobody makes more than $30,000 a year. Like, child, please. So they started walking him through, like, what happened with this account? What happened with this account? And I was like, I'm going into this with an open mind, right? I'm going to listen to him and assume that what he's saying is the truth, until he says something that's just blatantly false, as proved by the facts. So he's talking and he's like, it wasn't until I got fired that I realized I should have spent more time with my kids. And then he got a little misty and I was like, okay, whatever. But open mind, right? Still open mind. So he's walking through like, oh, I just did the thing. And then I did the other thing and did it. Alex was a fast talking lawyer and he came in and he just told me, sign here and sign there and sign there. And it was trust. I signed these papers based on trust. I thought he knew what he was doing. And I was like, okay, I can see how that would happen. Then the whole situation went to the left. It was like, what about, I think it was Hakeem Pinkney that really just kind of got me off track. When they were like, you took $60,000 in fees from Hakeem Pinkney. And he was like, now that I look back on it, that fee was probably too high. Boo. You live in a community where a typical annual income is $30,000. You took a fee of $60,000 from a family who did not require a conservator or personal representative. Come on now. And he was like, those, the Plyler girls, I didn't know they were having that much trouble. They considered him like a father figure. He got up on the stand and was like, they raised themselves. I didn't really even know them like that. Really? Really? And when they asked him, how come when Elena Plyler was homeless, sleeping in her car, trying to buy a house at 17 years old for her and her 15-year-old sister, you took her around and was like, oh, that kitchen is too small. You can't live here. You can't live there. Meanwhile, you're borrowing money out of her account to make your kitchen more upgraded. And he was like, I didn't know that they were nearly homeless. Okay. This is my personal favorite. And he was like, I just was trying to do what the law said and the right thing and blah, blah, blah. The very first loan that he took out of the very first account was not Alec's idea. It's not something Alec tricked him into. When he needed money, he went to Hannah Plyler's account and gave himself a loan. When the interest rate was like somewhere between 5 and 7%, he charged himself like 1 or 2%. That was a good deed? No, my friend. No. I was with you. I was trying to be with you. I was trying to be on your side. Russell Lucius Laffittee, RLL, criminal in chief. But He went all the way left. And then it just went down after there. He was just like trying to explain his lies and trying to explain his lies. And in some cases, he lied twice in the same sentence. Then the recordings came in. Remember they were talking about the recordings? There were all these recordings. Apparently, a year ago, November 2021, the board started pressuring him to resign from the bank. And he was like, I will not resign. So he went into a board meeting, push record on his little iPhone or whatever he had. And he was like, well, my sister was the secretary of the board and she was running late. So I just pushed record so she, would have all the notes. Literally the very next sentence, he was like, I recorded it accidentally. I didn't even realize I had that recording until months later. No, friend. You can't have it both ways. You did it on purpose and you did it accidentally. Then you didn't know the recording was a lying sack of sugar. I'm telling you right now, that man is a lying sack of sugar. And I think the jury sees through him. So he gave his whole testimony today. The morning of the first part of it, he was poor, pitiful me, had a little tear in his eye talking about his family. The second half was like stumble and lie and stumble and lie. And then they went to lunch and he came back and stumble and lie. Okay, then 4:15, 4 o'clock, something like that, the defense rested, or the defense surrendered the witness for the prosecution. But it was after 4 o'clock. And so Judge Gergel, in all of his wisdom, sent everybody home for the weekend. Monday morning, Emily Limehouse or somebody from the state is going to get up there and shred him. I anxiously await to see what happens. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep all weekend waiting for all the things she's going to say. But you know what? I wanted that cross-examination to start today. But now that I think about it, Emily has all weekend to pore over every word he said so that she could rip him limb from limb publicly. You know, in South Carolina, when you have state charges, they say, how shall you be tried? And then the person has to say, by God and my country. I looked it up. The other response is you could be tried by God in your country or trial by ordeal, which is where they like do terrible things to you. And if you survive, you're innocent. This man has clearly chosen by God in his country. On Monday, I think Emily Limehouse is going to give him a trial by ordeal, and I will be there for it. And because I'm on vacation next week, I'm going to just be sitting here. Refresh. Maybe I'll do some crafts. Refresh. Do a little laundry. Refresh. Cook a little dinner. I got nothing but time. And I'm going to watch you get skewered, Russell Lucius Laffittee. It'll be interesting if they come out with another episode of that janky behind video that he did with his cousin. Now that all the relatives and the whole family tree has testified against him. Child, this whole situation is a mess. But listen, I need to rest. I need to be on vocal rest so that I can report live on Monday morning about this and possibly Sister Wives if I'm in the mood. All right. You have a great weekend and check out, what's his name? Drew Tripp on Twitter. If Twitter is still around, child, I don't even know. But if you just read everything Drew Tripp posted today, you can read everything from the trial. He's fabulous. All right. You have a good weekend. Bye.